would you want to tell the average homeowner out there?
Washing your home, it's like taking a shower. You can't clean your hair with just high pressure water.
Communication, documentation, cleaned up after himself, and beautiful.
Take my money, man. Appreciate it.
Are you looking at the house and looking at stuff that you could seal or clean for the off season?
Of course. Of course.
If a competitor tried to copy your entire business model, what is the one thing, your true home field advantage, that they would completely fail to replicate?
I think
All right, welcome to the Home Field Advantage podcast, everybody, where real operators and CEOs pull the back on the curtain, what it actually takes to build something worth building, and what every homeowner should know about people they're trusting with their home. These are the real conversations with people who have skin in the game every single day. I'm your host, Partridge, founder of Dunzo Gutters and Santa's Lights, Sacramento. I started with $200 and I built everything you see from the ground up. This show exists for literally one reason: to tell stories nobody else is telling you about what it takes to build a real home service business from scratch. So today we're joined by Sam Elst, the founder of My Guy Services, who has an incredible story of building a business from the ground up. He started in 2012 with just a pressure washer and a vision. Sam transformed his operation from eating ramen noodles into a multi-million-dollar 9-truck enterprise serving the Indianapolis area. With a deep commitment to family values, community impact, and treating every project like his own home, Sam is a true testament of what happens when you combine relentless hard work with a personal touch. So I know you're excited to hear this story just as much as me, so let's get into it. When a contractor pulls into your driveway, Sam, what is the very first thing that tells you whether you're going to trust them? So before they even open up the door and say a single word, what tells you that you're going to trust them?
So the first thing, I saw it today and I've seen it before when I'm out now. There's a trailer and a truck out there. The guy does fence and decks, but he has a white trailer that's spray painted for decks with a phone number on the trailer. I say that because that's like the first impression that you guys see somebody rolling into your home. Like, how do they come showed up to the job? Like, is it in a beater truck that you see all the paperwork that's on the front dashboard? Or are they in a professional looking truck that has a wrap on it and a clean truck, show up in a uniform? I mean, these are the first things I'm seeing to be able to know if somebody's either professional or the weekend warrior or just someone's going to try to take their money up front and they never see them again. Like, those are big indicators for me when I see someone come into my house.
Okay, yeah. So kind of like when they show up, in the neighborhood, if you will, just like pretty organized with their van, it's or their truck or whatever, and you don't have booklets on their dashboard everywhere, and there's pens flying all over the place.
I see it all the time. Drive on the road, I'll see the trucks. It's like, I mean, how are you going to keep my job organized if you can't keep your own truck organized? Right?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see my dad's truck, but he is a hell of a craftsman.
I guess the other thing on that too is, like, have I seen the brand before? Or do they come from a referral? Like, a lot of them, like, when I'm hiring a contractor, I'm not looking for referrals before I go to Google. I mean, I'm asking my resources, people that I know from, being around and being an adult. There's things that friends have had same issues, okay? You had your roof fixed. I'm going to call who's your roofer. Did you do a good job?
Yeah.
That's like the main first step if I'm looking for a contractor. I'm asking people that I know.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, referrals are huge for sure. And I had an experience the other day. My van was out in a gated estate neighborhood, right? And we were doing the work, and guys, or the girl's walking her doodle dog, and she takes a picture of the van. And I was, they call me or whatever else, because we didn't see them. Like, we didn't talk, we didn't have any interaction. Like, we were on the roof doing whatever we were doing, and with a wrapped van that looks clean, doing work in the neighborhood, of course they're going to take a picture of the van and text you or call you. And so, she called me like a couple days later, and I was like, hey, like, where'd you find our business? Because that's always what I asked. I want to know where our customers are coming from. And she's like, oh yeah, I saw your guys' van the other day. You guys must have been doing this and doing that. I go, oh. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm so glad that I invested money into a van wrap that
they're expensive, but they're worth it.
Yeah, they're worth it for customers like that, because we would have never served that customer probably if we never had a branded vehicle, right? Because if it was just a white vehicle with nothing on it, I mean, maybe she would have walked up and had a conversation, but probably not.
Yeah, no.
So
no, the other thing that I was looking at was like newer trucks. I had to go through that cycle too of buying old trucks. Having a nice truck does a whole lot of difference. Walking in and jogging on the quote a lot of money. You can't quote somebody a job costs more than the truck you showed up in.
Yeah.
The rule of thumb.
I'm going to take that one with me for sure. Yeah, I feel like we're definitely doing a disservice to the community, honestly, without having an organized, like, clean vehicle to show up in. Especially if it's branded on, the side of your truck, that looks good. Like, there's people out there for sure that want to hire, the best contractor, because they kind of want to show off that, hey, I hired a really good company, and maybe it's their first time. And so they'll experience that. And then you got a customer, for, pretty much forever. And then your seed can start to spread in that neighborhood.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, yeah. We're in a neighborhood.
Yeah. Anything else to expand on that, trusting a contractor before even showing up and saying and knocking on your door?
Yeah. So the next one is, usually I'm making calls off a reactive thing, like something just occurred. My dishwasher went out. I don't know anybody that does dishwashers. So I'm going to go to the internet, try to find someone that can do it. Chances are the first one that answers the phone is going to have the job. Nothing's more irritating to me if someone has like the call tone. Like a small business has the call tone. First, one to go to sales, two to go to reception. Like, no, I want to speak to somebody who have a problem, and I want to solve the problem and move on with life, not keep trying to get somebody out here to do it. So, like, before they even get the phone, I'm judging the business.
I'm sure you get this. Let's say you get over there to do the estimate and do the walkthrough and figure out what the problem is, right? You're figuring out the problem for the customer. You do your presentation. How often does it happen where they're like, yeah, I still want some other quotes, because this is your first quote today. I have 2 more coming after you. Does that happen I'm sure that happens, but like, how often do you run into that where, you are the first contractor that they see and you're the best because you are the best, right?
Yeah, it depends on the service. So, like, washing somebody's house, it's one of the pieces that we do, right? Washing somebody's home. A lot of times that price point, we're like, why do I want to waste time? Well, like this is where I thought it would be. This is great. Perfect. Thank you. Let's get it done. Or they just need to confirm that was what they were like a family, and then they move forward. The other leg of that is like our concrete ceiling side, where the technical side, we can actually mess it up pretty quickly. And a lot of times, see if someone's messed up themselves, or a contractor's messed up before. So, like, giving that trust in person is where it will convert by having that expertise of things and explaining how the process will be, what you're going to do on site, how you're going to prepare everything, how the product's actually going to work, rather than somebody that's not doing it. So it just depends on what you're selling and what kind of person they are. Some people have that mentality. My dad told me, I'm getting 3 quotes. Cool, do it. Like, I'm not going anywhere. Sometimes I like to stay in it. I've been in business 14 years. I'm not going anywhere. It's never a bad time to do the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just instilling the value and being radically transparent about your process for your company, because it works because you've done it for thousands of other people. And, the customer at the end of the day is going to choose you or not. And that's that. It's like if they don't want to do it, then maybe it is a budget reason. Like, it's $100 off. Okay, you know, whatever else. So it's however you handle it. So not
All right.
everybody's your customer either. So I mean,
I don't want everybody as my customer.
okay. I got another really good question. So you basically clean outside of people's homes or commercial buildings, whatnot. You can clean
Yeah.
anything and seal anything. Make the property look good, including Christmas lights as well. You guys do some Christmas lights?
Lots of Christmas lights.
Lots of Christmas lights. Okay. So what are the three things you would want any average homeowner to know about the exterior cleaning space, and a little bit of the lighting industry too? So I know the Christmas lights is seasonal, but so maybe pick two things from the pressure washing industry and then maybe one thing from the lighting industry. What would you want to tell the average homeowner out there?
Yeah, average homeowner, like washing your home, it's like taking a shower. You can't clean your hair with just high pressure water. You need soap to actually remove the algae and give it a longevity of a true bath rather than a haircut. That's the main thing. That's the big thing with washing houses, is to use an actual algicide soap. And then secondly, with the homeowner with the concrete sealing, there's wrong ways and there's right ways to do it. Too much sealer is not a good thing. Like, less is actually more when it comes to concrete. And doing the right thing for your concrete's always the best option. Meaning, just because you like the color doesn't mean you need to have more color added or more sealer to get back that color. You can cause a lot of damage to your concrete. Better to hire a professional for that rather than trying to go roll it on and cause other issues. It can get really expensive.
Okay. I mean, we'll get into this a little bit later. Have you had a really expensive mistake doing the sealing stuff, since it is potential
Oh yeah,
harm? Yeah. Yeah.
10,000 plus dollars. Oh yeah, big time. So when we were spraying it, sprayed on too thick while we did, and it created lines.
Hmm.
Driveway that was 10,000 square feet. It was not good at all. The only way to do it is take it off, like take it out, redo it.
Yeah. So
It's very expensive.
it's not just easy as like going to the hardware store and picking up some sealer and spraying it on there and
Not
making
at
it
all.
look good, right? It's
Not for
not
like
like
your
that.
decorative stuff. Not decorative stuff. Decorative stuff you can mess it up by just doing it the wrong time of day.
Is there anything you can't seal, like forbidden fruit, like on the ground?
No, everything can be waterproof. Waterproof is more like actually what you're doing.
Hmm.
So every building is waterproof. Ceiling is a means of keeping the moisture from penetrating the thaw cycle here.
Hmm.
Indianapolis, it can be 40 degrees, 30 degrees more, and 70 degrees in the afternoon. It's crazy.
How often would you have to seal to make sure it's maintained?
Protected every 2 years, depending on how much sunlight that you have. So full exposure, if you're facing west and a lot of sun, you're going to be sealing 2 years. If it's in a shaded area, 3 to 5. And the best way to know is you don't see the water repelling from the concrete. Good time to have it.
Okay, so that's the key. The water
Yeah,
repelling from the concrete. It's okay. It's time to get it serviced again.
right. If it's not on the concrete or showing droplets, it's time to really consider it.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. What's one thing about the lighting industry that you would say for the average homeowner that you want them to know?
Yeah, to make a perfect home, it's all about. I always relate it back to like a pretty woman or a pretty guy, whatever. Whoever's listening, right? It's all about symmetry, meaning the house has to be balanced. You have that high light, you have that medium light, low light. That way, when you look at the center, it's completely balanced and it's symmetrical, just like a pretty woman would be. Everything's balanced, right?
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
concept. That's why the roof lights are great, having a wreath is great, and then putting like walkway stakes or the bushes are important. And that's that professional rather than the DIY guy. They'll throw lights on the front door.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, I've, I'm sure you've seen it. We've all seen it. Just a bad looking job, and whether it's a
Yeah,
DIY or homeowner doing it or a professional, even I've seen it all I mean, anybody's really seen a bad job. So you know when a bad job happens, you see it. And then you drive by a really nice looking one, and you're just like, oh, that's professional for sure. And if a homeowner did it, you could tell that he knows what he's doing too. So it's like, you can just tell by driving by at night, is this professionally done or not? And the homeowners out there, it's like, do you want your house to look professional and nice, or do you want to just gamble and hire a cheap person that you have no idea what they're doing, because they all just hang Christmas lights, right? But he's much cheaper. He's $300 and you're $1,200. Well, you're just hanging lights on the house, right? Well, we've all seen a bad house and a really good looking house. So the question's up to you, what your house your house wants to look like.
Right. And it's not like you're wondering thing either. Like, oh, it's the electrical wrong during the house. Yeah, that can't happen too. I've had other people that have fallen off the ladder. Like, I had one guy that did his lights this year. He broke his back the year before he fell off the roof. Like, that's like that classic story you hear of why you hire somebody. Literally. I felt bad for the guy. He broke his back, 2 arms, and just had a new kid all at the same time. Couldn't hold his kid. He was in the cast. Like, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, and depending where you're at in the country too, it's like you're in Indianapolis, so you get just
a lot of snow.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, a lot of snow
in November, December.
Taking it down is part when people enjoy the boats. They don't have to be out there in the cold by having us to.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else on that, the average homeowner who's doesn't really know much about washing a house or washing his property and, sealing his concrete and making it look pretty? Anything else you want to expand on that?
It's not just the side of it either. Look pretty is, but it's also of your home. You should be spending about 5% of what your home value is on general maintenance every year. Being a homeowner is expensive. I know with the running joke is always when I show up on site, people are like, oh yeah, I feel like I spent so much money on this house, and they got a beautiful home. This thing needs to be maintenance, so it's going to be a costly repair. Like, I used to own the contractor as well. Like, you want the maintenance, or you I don't contractor price too. That's not a free price. Like, concrete would be the one. Like, concrete to seal and clean it is 10% of what it costs to replace it. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
So you're talking $1 square foot, all from a difference to $10 for regular concrete, and then exposed aggregate or sand, you're at like $30 square foot.
Yeah.
Which is really expensive.
Yeah. So it's preventative maintenance, which is like kind of like oil in your car, getting your tires rotated, getting them new tires when you need them, so you don't freaking crash and burn on the side of the road with your kids in the back or whatever, right?
Right, exactly.
All right, so think about the best contractor you've ever hired. What did they do differently operationally, like how they actually did the work that made you think, I'm not going to call anybody else?
So I actually know him. His name is Logan. And we just bought a house, and we needed the house painted right away, so we could move it. I mean, but we're also in the middle of busy season work. Like, I didn't have time to just hire, somebody that could paint. Or do it myself. Painting's not a hard task. Everyone has painted up before.
Yeah.
But during that time, it just didn't make sense. We just bought a house in October. It's now we're in the busy season of the year. I didn't have to worry about anything. Him getting into the home and doing it. Like, he'd show me the colors, it was done, he signed the contract, he gave me updates every day of what was going on, he did quality checks of what was happening. I made my wife and daughter feel comfortable in the house as well while they were working. And I was out working, and having somebody in your home, you better feel a level of trust. And that was that. Like, I didn't have to worry about anything going on, because I knew what was being done correct. Was it expensive? Yeah. But I paid the premium for not having to worry about it. I call it stress management.
Stress management?
That is what I call everything. I hire somebody, it's called stress management. Like, I'm going to hire somebody that I don't have to worry about.
I have experienced to build on this a little bit. I've had people hire us because everybody has a contractor for whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people leave their contractor at some point because they leave the homeowner's property a mess at the end of the job.
Mm-hmm.
For
Usually.
example, it was like a gutter cleaning, like a basic gutter cleaning. I was like, oh, like why? They explained, oh, I was looking for a different gutter contractor because they left a crappy, dirty, muddy mess on the side where my trash cans are, like all on the concrete. So that's why they were moving contractors. And I've heard that, I mean, dozens of times, just the cleanup. So half of the battle is just the cleanup after the job.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it does take time. And homeowners, when they're hiring a home service contractor for a cleaning trade, um, don't think about that until they're doing it themselves. Like cleanup is nasty, and
Mm-hmm.
it takes a lot of time to make it look right, especially if you're paying hundreds or thousands of dollars for someone to clean your house. You want
Yeah.
it to be perfect. So kind of goes full circle back to your Justin, your guy. Communication, took documentation, communicated with you where necessary, cleaned up after himself, and they like beautiful. Thank you so
Take
much.
my money, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I didn't have to worry about it. The stress management was this, you know, that's
Yeah.
nice.
100%. That's what we do as a company. I would say, yeah. I hire a guy to cut the grass. Do I cut my grass? Yeah, of course. But when you work and you work hard and you have a family, that's where you're hiring people to buy stress management. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. And yeah, one more thing I want to build on that too is like, depending on the trade or the service that the homeowner's purchasing, right? Some services matter to the customer more than, let's say, cleaning the windows of their house. Like most people don't care about that much, rather than like a kitchen remodel. Okay. So they come and do a kitchen remodel. They want to be involved probably because they're spending a lot of money on that and it's in their house where they're at every single day. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just like a different interaction, a different level of care from the customer to the contractor. So take everything with a grain of salt, for sure.
Yeah, anyone working in my house is from a referral. I mean, just a good rule of thumb. Just because that level of trust inside the home, the personal space, all that.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to jump into our next question, Sam. When you're looking at three different quotes for the exact same job, and the prices are all over the map. One's 300, one's 800, and one's 2,100. How do you actually make the decision?
Yeah, 100%. So I that I'm hiring. I'm looking at their good reviews. One, two, have I seen this before? Like, have I seen them on the road? And then three is looking into their social media, their website. Like, who are these people? Like, I'm just kind of not like a super guy, but more so like I want to understand who they are. Like, is this a franchise that I'm dealing with? Is this a local family business out here? Like, the price does matter. Like, I'm not gonna say it doesn't, but I usually don't go with the cheapest person because there's a reason why they're the cheapest. Their quote might say, a few $100, but there's no explanation of what they're going to be doing. And then the issue could be that there could be a change order or something they didn't know about that the price changes, and I'm paying more for that guy than I would have just hired at the beginning.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just being a detective on a little bit. Like, how do I feel with their actions? Like, when I call them, do they answer my calls? Are they a texting kind of company? Like, are they communicating that way? Like, how seamless is this of just solving the problem is and get it taken care of? Because everyone's busy. Everyone wants to have a problem. Like how I operate as a homeowner. I have a problem. I'll just solve that problem immediately. Whatever my other problems or whatever I have to deal with otherwise.
Yeah. You're right because I had in my shower, my master shower had a leak in my shower. Water's dripping through the ceiling now,
Mm-hmm.
and ended up having to cut out the drywall. And luckily, my dad is a general contractor, so he came over and plumbed up the plumbing for the shower, got the leak stopped. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
this is all to say, I do not want to spend time drywalling my wall in two different areas. I don't really care to
No.
drywall. I know how to do it. I don't want to do it. And I don't want to do the taping. I don't want to go to the department store, go get the drywall, get my truck a mess and all drywalled out, and then do the mud after and scrape that. I mean, that's hours of my day trying to figure it out. I hired.
You got to go to Lowe's or Menards or whatever hardware store multiple times to figure out something.
Yeah, like the pain in the butt. I don't want to do that. If I have nothing else better to do and I have the whole weekend because nobody's home, okay, I might do that. But that's not going to happen. So I hired a drywall guy. Of course, he's a referral from a painter that I know. Like, hey, drywall guy, come over here and mud it up and get it all done. Perfect. Didn't even have to be home. Gave him my keys and told him where my keys were and got it in there. And I came home and it's all perfect.
Yep.
And if I did have a problem, we've worked together before, and I could text him, hey, can you come patch this up or touch it up or whatever? I know he would do that.
Right.
So
I
just
the easier it is, usually.
Yeah. If you could fix one thing about the home service space and about how they communicate or how they operate, what's the first thing you would change in that?
Answer the phone. That's it. That's the number one. Answer the phone. Like, if there's a thing on my heart, is the communication. That's a core value for us. Like, I want the communication process to be as if I was the homeowner. I was just explaining my pain point. I hire contractors. I want to make sure we're solving those as a contractor to the homeowner. I want it to be so simple for them that it's a no-brainer.
Is there customers?
I answer the phone. I give you the price. I scheduled you. I told you we're coming. We had a card on file. Text you on the way with the date there, and I charge the card on file after, and you get a new link after the review. Like, we don't need to see you in person.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Do you in your sales process kind of explain the process from start to finish to the customer, or do you really just, what does that look like from all the things that you explained, like the communication, whatever, on the way text, closing it out, all those things? How far, when you're selling the job at the door, at the point of sale, how detailed do you go with that?
It depends on the kind of client.
Okay.
Like, if they're asking me the question of how the scheduling work, all this and that, I'll go into more detail. Or if that's not the case, I keep it super brief. Like, hey, we're in good hands here. This is how this works with our scheduling. Mary will reach out with appointment details. We'll let you know when we're coming. She'll get a card on file from you. And then the day of the service, we text you on the way because I'll be able to. You don't have to be home for us to do the service. You get to come home and everything's done.
Yeah.
And then you just charge the card that's on file. Like, super simple.
Super simple. Yeah. Especially for simple services or a service where the customer doesn't need to be home. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is a simple. Mm-hmm. It needs to stay simple. I think people overcomplicate a simple task, and that's where it goes wrong.
Yeah. I think it's a good answer, meaning like depends on who the customer is, because some customers literally don't want to deal with it at all. It's just like, what's the cost? Okay, sounds great, and go do it. And then like you literally have like 2 interactions and they're like 3 seconds long. And like some of those customers are really awesome. I'm sure that there's a bad apple everywhere, but there is a bad apple. It's like the bad apples come when, I don't know. Again, there's a bad apple in every.
Expectations weren't set.
Yeah,
that's what the bad apples happen.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think for the person that's doing the service is to make sure that you do say the important, for someone that doesn't really care about what you're doing necessarily, like they just want it done and they're willing to pay whatever. Like you can literally send a quote or provide a quote and they're like, sounds good. When can you do it? I'm like, okay, we'll do it tomorrow. Like, cool, perfect. There's like not a whole lot of like describing what we're going to do, right? There's that. I just want to make sure that the person doing the service is not going to get in trouble. And the fact that make sure you do say the 1 or 2 things that you do need to say to to manage the expectation, so that when you get to the end of the job and something's done, I'm keeping it kind of vague, but depending on this, the one or two things with the specific service that you do to make
Yeah.
sure
So
that,
like for us, it's
yeah,
window cleaning, you have to have your screen. Like, that's something we tell them. Hey, when we arrive, the window screens have to be done, and we can't clean until I'm not removing them.
perfect. Yeah.
That's it. And then two, for us to arrive, to lock yourself in the schedule, there has to be a car.
Yep.
Because that does two things. One, it weeds out the bad clients. Bad clients don't want to put a car on file because they want to be home to have us add extra stuff to it without telling us they're going to do that. But they're not being like fully transparent with the phone.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
So that's like a barrier. No card on file or schedule.
Yep. I'm still chasing 3 jobs from Christmas light season last year I didn't get a card on file for them, and I haven't get a hold of them.
Yeah, it's funny because they've already doing a lot to pay you.
Yep. So it happens to everybody. Definitely just cross your T's, dot your I's with your process for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone likes to talk about the big wins. Let's talk about an expensive lesson. Okay. What is a decision you made early on in Sam's career that cost you money? And how did it force you to build a better system around that mistake?
Gutter cleaning. Gutter cleaning is exactly how we got into Christmas lights. Gutter cleaning in 2021 cost me $60,000. I lost $60,000 cleaning gutters. And you're going to think, how did you do that? I paid too much in labor and didn't charge enough. And we didn't have enough work to keep, the 6 guys busy. Paying them $20, $25 an hour in 2021 for a job that we were charging $50 to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, didn't cover expenses. We ended up losing $60,000. So come 2022, we cut gutter cleaning out during like the fall season,
Mm-hmm.
and switched to Christmas lights. And Christmas lights is a whole different game changer for our company. It's our number one service that we offer.
Mm-hmm.
So like that was the hard lesson. I didn't catch it sooner. Money, I didn't catch it till January when I was doing it all.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much all of our EDIL money, we lost it. And because of gutter cleaning. Not a high enough ticket, but too expensive, overhead for us. And that broke into the high ticket stuff that was switched over to the Christmas lights, which changed everything for us.
So it was the service. It was the service.
Yeah.
The service and
Not charging enough.
Not charging enough. Okay. So would you say the system that you had a mistake here, big mistake, which is gutter cleaning and not charging enough. And so the adoption was to realize that and then go to Christmas lights where that's a better service and higher ticket. Do you still do gutter cleaning now during that time with other crews, or are you just not doing that at all during that time, or are you just charging more now?
I don't do anything. It's only Christmas lights. We tried to balance like washing and the gutter cleaning in fall.
Mm-hmm.
Not worth it. Stress management.
Yeah.
Trying to balance different crews is like my head already. Like the hardest time for me in the year was September, because I have night shift Christmas light going on, but then I also have my washing season going on soon.
Mm.
For that entire month, I'm like split.
Mm.
And that transition is very hard. So we just shut it all down. Everything October 1st transitioned into Christmas lights. I don't do anything other than that. Now, do I offer gutter things still through the main season? Yeah, but our minimum is $500.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
if I'm going to do it, I'm going to get paid.
Right. Yeah. Because there's a price for everything. So you learned early on in Sam's career, okay, I'm paying my laborers to go out and do the work for me. If I was getting paid $3,000 for 2 guys to rent out there, it would have been worth it, but you weren't. You were charging $150, which made it just bananas, right? It's bananas. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. The math doesn't math. You won't be around too long. So they're like, okay, I'm going to go to Christmas lights because this is way better than gutter cleaning for a low amount. Not to
Same,
mention,
same process, really. Same time of year.
you're getting on a roof.
Yeah.
Guys are already
And
up
we
there.
keep working until end of January.
Yeah.
Like that was the other thing, being a seasonal business here. I would hire guys that would be great for the 8 months that we work, then I'd lose them in the winter time. And then I have to rehire again. Now we're a full 4-season business. Christmas lights, we do snow plowing, and then we do fall through the main year
Yeah.
in the warm months. Now, I mean, I don't have to put it on salary. Everyone makes 60 hours a week. And yeah, it doesn't stop now.
Yeah. Yeah. You're definitely, you're seasoned enough to know that now, right? Because now you got your winter services dialed in, right?
Yeah.
Profitable, winter services. Then you got your warm weather seasonal businesses, the cleanings and stuff. So you got both of those optimized. So the transition phase sounds like it's the harder point, which is because you're transitioning completely different services in a way. So you got to do your trucks, your shop, probably, your CRM, all that stuff. Kind of you gotta switch minds a little bit to a different service.
Yeah.
But once you get onboarded in a way to that service, you're locked and loaded.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're rolling. Come October 1st, it's getting on. Everyone at Kings are worked out. Because there's always a job at the end of the year, the washing season, that causes a headache. It never fails, which then drags the Christmas lights, which is why it makes it stressful.
Question for you. When you're doing Christmas lights, are you looking at the house and looking at stuff that you could seal or clean for the off season or for your other season?
Of course.
And then
every time I'm there, I'm looking at sealing concrete, like the number one thing I'm informing people, like, I don't know they need to seal their concrete.
Yeah.
And like our thing now, 50% of our business is repeat clients.
50%?
Yeah, That's huge. Because we have 19,000 people on our database. We text them twice a month where we're offering the services that we're offering, whatever season they're on, or in the area and all that. We're just staying top of mind for everything that we do.
Yep.
And then on site, everyone's trying to point out things that you look at.
Are you letting the customer know at that time during let's say it's November, it's middle of November, you're in Christmas lights, full throttle, all the things, okay, this house is dirtier than hell and it needs to be sealed. Are you letting that customer know, like your office is letting them know by end of day that time? Or are you just kind of getting back to them during the spring and you took some photos of it and you're reaching out to them to sell them that service at that time? What's your kind of process for that?
For how many times we have clients, I don't have to set ready for them because we're going to touch them probably 3 more times before springtime happens. All our other services. Like that's how much we're technical.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
So
they're gonna see. Oh yeah, I forgot. I talked about the house washing. I might as well pull the trigger now. I might have saw that same message twice. Early spring didn't do anything, but then I caught on a weekend that they were outside and looking at it. But, oh yeah, let's get Sam out of here.
Yeah. So riding the wave of the actual season when people are thinking about whatever that service is. So November, it's Christmas lights. People are thinking about, okay, what am I doing for the holidays? Okay, I want my house to look beautiful. Okay, who am I going to call? I'm going to call Sam because he does the best.
Yep. And then I also find out that people don't remember everything. People also everything you do, have a great conversation with them. They can come 2 months, 3 months down the road.
It's true. And the business owner like, oh, I remember that house. Like we talked about this. They're like, they have no idea most of the time.
That's the thing. Like homeowners have to remember when it comes to that. That's fine. I get it. But that's why the text messaging is so important to us. Because you're not going to. That's the goal, right?
Yeah. I, in my heart of hearts, I think we're doing the customers a disservice by not letting them know frequently what we're up to.
Exactly. 100%. It needs to be scared within the text class once a quarter.
At least. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I was scared to do that. I thought we were like
Oh,
bothering them.
mm,
Then I had a client tell me, like, Sam, I love how you guys are texting us all the time because there's things that you guys are adding on the referral program that I didn't know you guys did. And then you sent me this message like, oh, I needed to do that. Or it was the right time to finally actually pull the trigger. Like, they don't find it as a, like, I'm bothering them. It's more like, hey, I'm checking in with you, make sure you're good, sort of thing.
yep, yep, exactly. I'm also in the Christmas lights, right? And we just started introducing wreaths a couple of years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and even a couple of years ago, I didn't offer everybody. I didn't mention we did wreaths, and I went back. We went back the next year and like, oh yeah, we always install wreaths. I'm like, we, how did you not know we did wreaths? Like we do the
Right.
best wreaths in town. They're like, I didn't even know you guys did it. And so it's just like going to say, like, if you don't say it to your customers, they're not going to know at all. And you're just going to lose out on it. Someone else is going to do it, or the homeowner is going to do it.
Right.
And again, full circle, don't let your homeowners do it because it's risky for them, and it's not going to look as
Always
good.
have to say
Yeah,
that's the hard thing. That kind of quality of the
yeah. Okay, another question for you: if a competitor tried to copy your entire business model tomorrow, what is the one thing, your true home field advantage, that they would completely fail to replicate?
I think the authentic, like being authentic. I am who I am. The company culture, the experience that we're dealing with the clients, like all of that. Like there's no fluff, there's no BS. Like I don't need to be anybody but me, sort of thing. And I think that people that if someone's trying to mimic somebody, they're always going to be chasing rather than just being who they are, leaning into their strengths rather than trying to fix the weaknesses. So I think like my home field advantage is knowing who I am and just being me.
Yeah, I mean that's why you're in the position that you're at, is not being someone who you're not, being fake and leading
Yeah.
by who you are. So you're someone that someone would love to follow, right? You're worth following because you are who you are. So you're being fake. It's like, yeah, then you're, if you're fake, acting someone that you're really not, you're leading people astray down that yellow brick road, and that's bad for
Mhm.
everybody in the end. And that's just a white lie that you don't want to live, for sure.
Right. So do it. Do the model, please. So let's see. I love competition.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys get a lot of competition in pressure washing and Christmas lights wherever you're at.
Tons of it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. There's a massive, massive difference between being a great technician and being a great CEO. When did you realize you had to stop doing the hard work and start building the machine that does the work for you?
We were watching a trailer and I missed like three phone calls during it. And I'm looking at the guys. I'm like, hey, I can't be here. We're losing money by physically. Like this can't happen. I'm
Stupid.
still answering phone calls and stuff. And then what I also did was is letting something know that I'm not good at. I don't want to answer the phone call all day. Like someone's gonna catch me when I'm in the middle of something, and I'm gonna be upset, and I upset, I'm like frustrated. I was distracted from what I was in the middle of. Take a phone call, and then have to jump back into it. Well, Mary's whole job is to answer the phone and make clients happy. I used to be great at it, but close a lot. And I think that's part of being a better CEO or owner of the company is learning what your strengths are rather than your weaknesses. That way you can delegate weaknesses right away.
Hmm.
Super simple.
What was the first hire you made ever during My Guy Services? What was the very first one?
Laborers,
Laborers, yeah.
laborers. But like what changed it though was when we flipped the script on hiring. Don't hire the low level person. Hire the person that's going to lead the low level person.
Mm. Don't get the
Because
cheapest
then they can
laborer.
think their own team. They can have input of their own team. They can have body on their team because they had input of helping you build.
Yeah, I believe that to be true too. Top grading, right? Top grading.
Yeah.
Um, the better the candidate or the better the worker for you and like the culture fit and everything, the better that person is, the less management you have to do for that person, which is closer to that stress management zero, hopefully,
Yeah.
right? So the better the candidate, of course, you're gonna have to pay them more than the high schoolers wanting to learn the industry, right? But
Mm-hmm.
when you hire a high schooler wanting to know the washing industry, you got to micromanage everything, and your stress is going to go up because they're making a lot of mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, but the better, an A player, you're going to have to manage them a lot less, and that, as a business owner, is awesome.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. One of the new guys that we hired, the game changer. Like, just something once it just happens and then they get better. I don't want like you can like here's the mountain to be there, right? This is what we do and how we do it, why we do it. And I don't have to explain it 100 times. That's what's the goal.
Yeah, yeah. You're not like having to push everything, like push your effort, push everything to them. They're just like, okay, you're explaining it, and they're just pulling in, receiving the information, and they do it. They get it. They kind of
Yeah,
get the it, right? They got the home field advantage on your team, if you will.
yeah, that's it.
Trust is the hardest thing to build and the easiest thing to lose in the trades.
Yep.
What is a specific operational process you have in place that guarantees your team actually delivers on the promise you make in the sales process?
Yeah, so I told this from somebody a long time ago. It's 100% guaranteed. You're not happy? I'll give you your money. It's a simple thing. Like, I'm not a franchise, I'm not a corporation. Make that very clear with all the clients. But like, if you weren't happy with the service, I'm not going to argue with you like what we did and how we did it. If you're not happy, I'm not going to argue. I'll give you your money back. We're not like not take the money from you. I think that is the level of trust that I want to instill with people because it's back to the point. Like it might have cost them money to do that job, and labor cost them money, and there might have been some materials. But if they're not happy, they're just going to remember a bad experience that they got paid for. So why give them that experience? Like I just don't even put up an argument anymore. Like I used to when we did this, we did that, this is, be defensive. Now it's like, okay, if I can't make it right on the first time, I'm gonna give you back your money. And some of them will 10%, so for $300, I'll give you $30.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How many jobs do you do in a year and everything, roughly?
Probably
And like everything.
like 2,000.
2,000. How many jobs have you had to just give them their money back?
Oh, I mean, maybe once a month, maybe. And it's never like we did anything wrong. It was more like we did by not meeting their expectations.
Yep.
Like recently, like we cleaned the inside of our driveway, like our garage floor. Well, the guys on site explained it better about oil stains aren't going to go into it. So they greased it down, the scrubber, they let it go off, the pressure washed it, everything right. There still was that big stain there. Now we also did 4 of the services that stay there. I wasn't going to let $150 on a garage floor thing make her upset $2,000 to pay us.
Yeah.
It's okay, no brainer. Give up the $150, don't pay me for it. Make sure you're happy with everything.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do. Because you don't want to leave a bad taste in their mouth. And at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, if the customer is wrong,
they're costing $30.
Right. They're still paying our bills, right? At the end of the day. And I'm not going to worry about $30 or $150 or $350. I'm not worried about it because I will go find another customer.
Yep.
That is not going to give me that problem. The long game. Play the long game.
Exactly. They're going to get blown up by all the textbooks.
Yeah, I mean that too, and you never know the person too. They may leave you a bad review or just whatever. Like I want to be able to sleep tonight and not have to worry. Okay, we'll do this service for free. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of you, and let's just move on. Yeah.
Unless they do that review, and I tell them, go leave a review. Like you can't do that everything.
Yeah.
I used to feel that when I bend over backwards, leave a negative review. I tell them, okay, here's the QR code, go leave it.
Yeah.
I got 5 one bad review is not going to kill me. It actually makes it look good.
Yeah. For your team, because you have a lot of guys out there running around jobs that you're not there, right? How do you hold them accountable for mistakes that they're going to make, that they do make? Like, how does that generally look at? How do you look at that?
Yeah, so it's a firm and like stern conversation. Like there's no gray area when you have those conversations. Like, hey, this is what happened wrong. This is why it happened wrong. This is how you should have prevented this. I'm gonna walk you through how to make sure that this happen again. And a lot of the time they broke something or something wrong, or like it just first one's on me, second one's on you.
Mm-hmm.
There's the accountability.
Yeah.
If they just think that they can break things, lose things, or do jobs wrong, and have to call back on things that they could have prevented, and certain situations I know that are unpreventable. But if it's something we've coached on, trained on, and they've already had that mistake before, and it's something, second one's on them. They do. That's on, like, I'm not paying for it. You're paying for it now. And I know the price for everything. Every piece of equipment that's here, I know that price.
Yeah. As far as like a tool belt or a vest or a tool belt or something like that, you give them the first one, they lose it. Yeah. Are they buying the next one?
Yeah, of course. Because what I've done, all the trucks, they have all the same tools. Everyone has the same truck and the same tools. You don't take any tools out of your truck to go work on another truck. Or you're not swapping trucks either. That's the truck you work in. You're not driving a different truck. Therefore, if you lose something that's in your truck, I provided that. You either got to go get it, or I'll provide it, but they have to come to an agreement on it.
Yeah.
And that's where the being stern and firm about it.
Right. And just lesson learned, right? Don't let it happen twice.
Why am I the one that has to bite the bullet here? I lose it. I didn't break
it. You know what happens a lot is leaving a battery charger with the battery at the house.
Oh, that's expensive.
It happens. So like I have it in my checklist now as a line item. Did you grab all the batteries and the battery chargers? That's a line item in my checklist because it happens almost just at least a couple times a week.
Because what do you have?
Well, it's like I have Makita tools and I got like the Ego blowers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then like, okay, I can send that person back that forgot it. Okay. But when your crew is lean and mean, that ruffles the feathers for the next day because that puts them behind, or they just got to wake up at 5:30 a.m. and go grab it on the other side of town because we need that charger today. We need that Ryobi charger for the hot glue gun. Or you can go buy it at the store. But
that's it.
Like, figure it out. Like, I've done that and it sucks. Yeah.
Like I buy extras of everything. Like for running 4 trucks, I'm buying 5 things.
Yep.
6 things.
Yeah.
So if you break it, like that's what I'm saying. I got the first one. You do it again. Now with a bitch.
I like it. I really think it's the only way to do it. You can't just be the bank and just like, yep, no problem. We'll just get you a new one and just keep it. Like, I know there's people out there that do that. Definitely don't do that, but also don't be an asshole. Like, you're going to provide everything and pay for it all. Like, no, that's not what you do either.
No, yeah. Think of brands, man. Family, local business.
Yeah.
You see my daughter down here. You see my wife running around here. Like, I'm not a corporation. I am not uber rich. You know, you guys just collecting checks out here. Don't you see me? I'm present. Like, this is what we're part of. I'm leading the army. We're all on the same troop. Let's go to war together.
I got 2 more questions for you, Sam. A lot of operators or business owners chase the top line revenue. Okay. Right. They're just going for the revenue numbers, and ignore the profit and the bottom line until it's too late. So what's a KPI that you track obsessively that probably your competitors are probably ignoring?
Marketing spend.
Tell me more.
100%. Marketing is so easy to spend money on.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone will take your money so happy.
Tell me more.
Right? Yeah. I mean, so at the beginning of everything, our marketing was 15 to 17%. Like just bottom line percent. My goal over the last 3 years was to get it down to 3% and not lose that top line and bottom line money. Actually increase the bottom line money by keeping the same amount of top line revenue. Mm-hmm. And what we found was why we do text marketing, such as we do, is it's cheap to do it. We've already nurtured these clients. We already have experience with people. They know who we are. To send a text message like a tenth of a penny. But to go find another group off of Google, like pay per click, you're paying $50, $60, $70 per client, and then for 30%, so now you're $210 per client. Your average ticket's $600. Like now you have 40% of revenue of the job just marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is the number one KPI to look at if you're trying to be focused on bottom line, not top line.
When did you notice that?
When the money wasn't right. Money wasn't right. We're seeing the cost of being, I noticed in 2024 when we were paying for Google ads, mm-hmm. and we're paying $60 a lead, I'm closing 20% of them. And now my acquisition cost here is $350, $380. Doing a $700 business.
Yeah, it doesn't math.
I'm going broke now.
Yeah, you're literally losing money, burning.
It's not like there are home runs that come from it. You can't use that as an example. You got to look at what averages are. So I get it. Everyone focused on that top line. You only sell business. I think that's cool. It's a badge of honor. I've built 3 of them. It is cool to say you've done it and all that, but the view is not necessarily as cool as having $300,000, $400,000 bank account.
Yep. Well,
that's cool. Having money is cool. Having money is cool. I do what I want when I want, right? Go on nice vacations with my family. Provide a nice living my wife can do. Doesn't have to go work with 9 to 5 jobs. She works in the business, but being pregnant now, like she hardly works. I'm very thankful because the money has to make money.
Yeah, you're not doing $150 gutter cleans in the fall anymore.
No, not at all. And so I think that's where most people don't look at their marketing spend as closely as they should. They focus on their labor spend. They focus on their costs, which those are important. But marketing is money to spend because everybody wants to sell you something. Advertising in the newspaper, spend money on Facebook, spend money on Google, spend money on trade shows, spend money on whatever. Mm-hmm. Quick, you can spend money on marketing. I can spend $100,000 in marketing in the next 30 days by food.
I agree, man.
Very easily.
Yeah, look before you spend marketing dollars. Look in your phone first. If you have no money, look in your phone first. Then go to your CRM or whatever people that you store information. Look there first because those you don't have to pay for those. You already have somewhat of a recollection of who they are.
Yep.
So yeah, I totally agree. Just look at your marketing spend. I should also be doing better at that too. So good reminder. So thank you.
No, my Facebook. Right now we're launching Facebook ads the last 30 days, and every 2 days we have Facebook ads. I'm hyper focused right now on Facebook.
Yeah.
Everything else I have Facebook. I'm still trying to dial in the ad, all that, and I want to dial. My Christmas Facebook stuff dial. My washing stuff, I just use Facebook ads means of advertising for years. Yeah. Christmas I do, just not the washing. I'm focused on it right now.
Yeah. That's some sauce, man. That's really good advice. All right, One more question, Sam. I'll let you go. What is the one thing you want to leave the audience with? What's the one piece of advice? What you got for them?
Anything you can do, if you want, having a big business is possible, and having a small business that's a lifestyle business is also possible. Like build the thing around how you live. Like I've had people ask me, "Oh, should I be doing this thing?" I'm like, "Do it. Why would you not do it?" Well, I feel like I'm not putting the business first. Like, well, the business comes second to family. That's it. Like, do business for the vehicle to drive the family.
Yeah, don't. I can relate to that too, because even at times I still identify with the career path, the business owner mind. I still identify with that. So I actually still honestly struggle with that a lot. Not to say that I family is literally number one all the time.
Right.
But when you are dedicated, when you're focused and you're intentional with your business, it does creep on conflicting that. So definitely take Sam's advice and making sure that do what you want, but just don't let it sway away from who you actually are. And most of us, especially as men out there, if we're talking to the men out there, are family men, and making sure that doesn't get lost within your business.
Yeah, you always got a man hunt. You got to bring home meat to the family, and that takes hard work, takes time. But that's the whole point of it.
Consistency, dedication, hard work. Sam's doing the damn thing. Give him a follow. Where can everybody follow you, Sam?
Yeah, so my guy's Sam on Instagram, Facebook. I think the same things even on TikTok. All over the interwebs, just shoot videos every day. Being authentic, I am who I am.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the talk, man. We'll chat again soon. And if you're looking to get in the pressure washing space or Christmas lights or really just home service trades, as you know, as you just experienced, Sam has years of experience of all the mistakes. He has lots of wins, a lot more wins than mistakes, as you guys just heard. I mean, he's that real dude. He's the guy who you can actually learn from, who actually doesn't give you BS. He gives you the honest, straight truth. And I think in this world where there's a lot of distraction, let's cut out the fat. Sam is a guy that you can find truth in and figure out a better way to live your life in your career and in your family. So thank you, Sam.
Appreciate you, Pat.